Welcome to your new platform. This is designed to make your lives easier and faster and more connected. So this is a platform to showcase companies, small companies and startups, enable them to have lots of free tools to use and become investor ready and help to grow their companies, and also enable them to communicate with other entrepreneurs, with the advisors, with yourselves, and with potential investors. So we're starting here on the company page. So this is what the main page looks like, with new companies on the left there and companies you're involved in on the right. So if we click into a company, here you can see all the details of that company. So the category, the SEIS status, the investment stage, business model, and a user can select multiple business models, the investment required, how much they've secured to date. We also have the company details there, so that's the founder and the company details from Company House. A summary, so the entrepreneur will write a brief summary here. And our documents, so this is quite key. This is where the entrepreneur will be asked to upload their pitch document, financials, cap table if appropriate, business plan. So it's nicely stored in one place, categorized, and these can be saved as public or private. Now, public only means it's visible to your community, but private means a user would have to ask for permission before being able to download it. We're also integrated with Dropbox and ShareFile and Google Drive, so other sharing files, so they could upload directly from there. Finally, here on the tabs we have investment. So if they are raising investment, investors can come in and commit to invest through the platform. This is not a legally binding term, but simply an indication of how much they're interested in investing. Or you can view investments to see who's invested, a list of the investors by name and by amounts. So if we pop back there, we'll just continue down this company page. Here we have milestones. So this is a useful way for the company to keep on track with their headline milestones, so when they're testing, when they're ready to launch, but it's also a great way for you to have visibility of what stage they're at, and also for potential investors or advisors to be able to see what their next milestone is and whether they're hitting those milestones on target. Finally, at the bottom here we have posting a message. So this is a way for the entrepreneurial team to communicate with each other and also communicate with other people. So investors or advisors or yourselves can come on and ask questions and seek responses, or the entrepreneurs could have comments within their team. If we scroll back up and look at the right hand side, edit it is for the entrepreneur to edit their page. We have a due diligence room, and we've categorized our due diligence by finance, legal and technical. We've asked 30 standard questions here, but investors and yourselves are able to add questions to this list, and then the entrepreneur can answer the question with either free text or with uploading a document and assign a status such as signed, drafted, agreed, etc. We also have an equity division tool. You can input how many founders there are, you can add more founders, indicate what your option pool is, and then for each round the investor can add what the valuation is and how much the investor is putting in. So if we go back under equity division, we have our company reports. So company reports will show how many customers they have, the finances, the human resources, you can see job creation here, and finally marketing. And you're able to adapt these tables around your needs. So what's important to you? Do you want to see some social impact? Do you want to see some other financial metrics? You're able to edit this so it's tailored around your needs. Under our company reports, we have our chat rooms. Now this is where the entrepreneurial team can chat live either amongst themselves or with advisors or investors. So you can open a new chat room, or you can enter a chat room that's already been created. And once you're in the chat room, you can send a message to everyone, or you can specify the receivers. You could join a group video call via Skype, and you can view the room participants here. Back on the main page, under chat rooms, we can see which investors and advisors have viewed this page. And this allows us to go in and see their profile if we wish to. And you can also see who the company leader is and who interested investors are. So these are people who have followed this company page. I'm already following it, but if I wasn't, there'd be a button here allowing me to follow the page. And finally, here on the right hand side, we have investor group. The investor groups are private groups for investors and advisors to discuss the opportunity amongst themselves. So that's a private group, and the entrepreneur won't have visibility of that group. We can go into groups now, so I can use this one as an example. Within groups, again, these are private to investors and advisors. You can upload documents, so it could be an interesting article or could be further information on the opportunity. You can see which company you're talking about. This is our example here. You can post messages and you can enter a chat room again, but this is private to investors, and you can see who's in the group here. We also have an activity board. An activity board summarizes all the activity within the platform. So if a new company has been submitted, if a new document has been uploaded, if a milestone has been hit, you get notifications here, and if you wish to, you can get email notifications as well. In our profile, you're able to amend any of your personal information, and as an investor, you can select your investment preferences under investment stage, that formed, revenue making, etc. The business model, you can select multiple business models. The category, so technology, arts, etc. SEIS status, and finally the location. Investors also self-certify when they register, and they have to re-self-certify every year, and they do receive a timeline for how many days they have left to self-certify. We also have an internal messaging system, so we have contacts and messages. Under our toolkit, we have a calendar. This allows the administrator of the platform to send out events such as a pitch event or a networking event or a training event, and the user can then view the event in here but also add it to their own personal calendar. Also under Toolkit, we have some legal documents. Now these are legal precedents to help the entrepreneur understand what the different legal documents are. They may never have seen an Articles of Association before or a subscription letter of agreement. So we're providing these here. They don't have to use them at all. It's completely up to them, but it just helps them understand what they look like and what a typical example is. And finally, under Toolkit, we have our business tools. So these are templates for the entrepreneurs to use: business plan, competitor analysis, team selection, negotiation tips, lots of information, and you can build out this as you see fit and delete any documents you don't like. Finally, we have a dashboard. Now this is for either yourselves if you're investing in the companies or potential investors. So they can browse the companies and the investment opportunities. They can commit to invest through the platform, and then they receive this dashboard which shows their investments, their investment allocations, how much the company was raising in total and how much their investment was, the stage diversity, so how they're investing over pre-revenue, post-revenue, mature, etc., the industry diversity, so education, technology, etc., a table there in the middle that just breaks down their investment into a bit more detail, provides some financial information as well, and the next milestone. Finally, at the bottom there, we have a summary of their total investments made by number of investments and the total value, and then a timeline of when they made those investments. So this is a very brief overview of the platform. We'll provide it with your branding for your entrepreneurs, your entire ecosystem, so your advisors, your investors, whoever you like. It helps build your brand, build your proposition, and we're providing all of this to you for free.